Hey guys, my name is Giovani. I'm from Brazil.
In today's episode, we have Giovani, a guy from Sao Paulo who started his life abroad very young, when he was only 18. First, he moved to the US, to then find his life path in Australia. His story goes from improving his English to building a whole new career as a light vehicles mechanic. Giovani's journey is more than just adapting to new cultures. It's about finding his way, listening to his aspirations, and shaping his long-term goals in a foreign land. In this episode, he opens up about the challenges of starting over in unfamiliar places, the lessons he learned along the way, and his ongoing journey to get the most of every experience he has. Come with me and let's dive into this incredible chat with him today. Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of Building Roots Abroad. Today we are here with Giovani. Giovani is a friend of mine for the past 5 years that I've been living here in Australia. So before we start all the questions for today, I'll let him introduce himself.
Hey guys, my name is Giovani. I'm from Brazil. I'm 25 years old and I've been here in Australia since 2019, and that's how we met each other.
Yeah, so just going for the starting point of your life abroad, you moved to the US beforehand. So first, why did you decide to go to the US, and why you choose that specific city for your initial experience?
Moving to the US wasn't actually a proper plan. It was just an accident. Just a friend from high school. He was really interested on doing an exchange program, and then she was like, you should go with me. By that time, I haven't been outside Brazil yet. So I was like, yeah, why not? And then at the end, he made me to pay for the course. And he didn't pay. So I was like, come on, man. You had the idea about going to the US and now you quitting? Come on. I was like, yeah, I can't get the refund anymore, so let's just go.
Yeah, so it's so funny because you decided to go, your friend convinced you to go and then you pay for the exchange, but he didn't.
Yeah, that never came to my mind. I never had that idea because back to Brazil, I had pretty shit English. I even preferred to speak Spanish by that time, and I was like, okay, how it's gonna be, because I'm in US, I don't speak a word. And yeah, so I had my English teacher in Brazil. She had a Brazilian friend that was living in Sacramento. It's the capital of California. I was 18 at that time, so I was like, yeah, I'm still under, because in the United States you need to be over 21 to be an adult. So she was like, I can speak with my friend and then you can stay on her house. And I was like, yeah, that's great, because she's Brazilian. Maybe if something happens, she can speak to my mom. Let's do it. And then that's how I fly to US. And yeah, I think it was kind of good, because I was just leaving Brazil for the first time. I was 18, so I wasn't totally prepared to
leave everything by yourself.
Yeah, do other things like cook or.
Yeah, so it was kind of a wholesome experience.
Yes, that's true, true.
Nice. Okay, so then from the US experience, and you stayed there for 6 months, and then you decided to go to Australia. How was that? How was the kind of timeline?
I had 6 months visa, but after that I was like, I'll go back to Brazil, because I was missing my mother.
Yeah, you were very young as well.
Yeah, I was 18, and then when I got back, Brazil was nice the first month, just living the same life with friends. But after a month, I got a bit sick of that, and I was okay, I have to decide what I'm gonna do, because
yeah, when you start living abroad, you cannot go back usually.
Yeah, US was nice, but there's a few problems with being a student, and if you wanna work or if you wanna start your life there. And I was like, okay, let's try to see all the places to go. I had the option to go to Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and then I think it was Dublin. Yeah, because a lot of Brazilians they do that.
Because that's the problem with the US. A lot of people come here as well. In the episodes, they talk, my dream was the American dream, but I knew I couldn't build a life there, so they come to Australia.
Yeah, that's the thing. So, I'm happy and I'm glad that I had 6 a semester in America and was nice. But for starting a life there, it's kind of hard. I'm not saying that people don't do. A lot of people do. And I would say that the majority of them, they do in a legal way, if you know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that can stay in America, they do it illegal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not here to snitch anybody, but yeah, a lot of people do that. But I was like, nah, I'm still young. Let's just go like somewhere.
I'm not desperate.
Yeah, if there is the last opportunity of my life, nah, I'm joking. I wouldn't do that anyway, because my visa is still active. So if they see that,
Yeah,
then we can get in trouble. But yeah, I had a friend that she came to Brisbane. When I was in US, she was here.
Okay.
So we were doing like exchange, but in different countries. And she was like, if you want, we can get an apartment, we live together. I was like, yeah, that's
Oh,
nice.
that's amazing, because then it's
Yeah.
so hard when you start living in a new country, you don't know where you're gonna live. I had to go through that so bad.
Yeah. But then the thing is, I came on the November of 2019 for a business course. For
Like a vocational
a
course.
vocational course. That was 8 months initially. And I knew that I had the opportunity to extend if I wanted, but I wasn't quite sure. But then, guess what? COVID came in 2020 and my friend couldn't come to Australia. She got stuck in Brazil and
Because your friend was living here, but then she came back to
she
visit.
came
and
for visiting
Yeah.
and spend time with family, and then she couldn't come back.
so you actually.
So I was
were the
like,
one-
second time my friend recommended to come to this country, and now I'm alone again.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
just like I didn't choose to go to the US and Australia as well.
Yeah, it was your
It just
friends.
happened. It just
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. You
I
know,
think it's
like-
very cool because like for some like in some ways your friends they kind of like design your pathway. They were like, come here because I'll be there, or let's come together. And then in the last minute, you were the one actually kind of like following the pathway, not them. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a completely accident, and that's how I even nowadays that's how I take my life. You know, I just let things happen naturally.
Without many like much plan.
Yeah, no many plans. We just see what's going on the day, and
And
then
the
on the next
stress.
day, yeah, like that's the best for me. That's how it works.
Amazing. So I think talking about like adapting to new lives, what was like the culture shock or anything that you experienced first in the US because it was your first like experience abroad? What was the first impressions? And then also if you wanna talk on top of that about Australia as well, like
In Australia was fine.
because you
'Cause,
already had the experience.
Yeah, I already had that in US, but like the first impression when I got in US, because I dropped off in the San Francisco airport, and then I just see the Golden Gate Bridge, so I was like, damn, I'm in US.
Yeah, like
And
from
then
the
when
movie.
I stepped on the street, I started like looking at the cars, the skylines. I feel I'm in Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
You know? And that was my first impression. And then like on the way back to Sacramento, I was just looking at everybody, a very big mix. You got in San Francisco, Rio Chinatown, heaps of
Yeah.
Chinese, Indians, and I was like in downtown, which is like the CBD area there. You have contact with everyone.
Yeah, very
from-
multicultural.
Yeah. And also like I felt the American people a bit more friendly than Aussie guys. Easier to like talk to and become friend.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's one thing that I felt.
So maybe comparing US to Australia, you think your first impressions of US was more welcoming, especially because I think San Francisco Brisbane is very multicultural, but I think not in that level because Queensland, our state, still very Australian, I would say.
Yeah, it's very like
Yeah.
they got the roots. Like
Yeah.
they're really proud of that.
Yeah.
So like I can't say about the US in general because I've been to Nevada and the California.
And then what would you think, like, would you say that was your, like, biggest challenges, like, that you face? You can even say in US as well, but, like, in Australia and US, especially with, like, the language and...
So the language was easier because I think we grew up watching like films or we learn American English in South America. So I think the hardest challenge was like the homesick in the last month, because like in the beginning everything is new, so you're just enjoying, so you don't feel much. But like after months you start feeling like homesick. That I didn't have in Australia because I knew how it would be. Even my mom, I think she was like kind of like, I know how it's gonna be as well. It's my second time that
You were abroad, so everyone was like more used to.
yeah. So the challenge here in Australia, I think, was more. I got here. I need to do like a nice network because I wanna find jobs. Yeah, that was like the challenge for me. Like, finding a job, making like new friends at the beginning, and then COVID.
Yeah. So I think, just to wrap up, is like, so for you, the challenges in the US, the biggest one will be the homesick because you're like very young and first experience abroad, and then in Australia, of course, was like the real life challenges, which is like networking, finding a job, then afterwards COVID.
Back to US, a quick one. I just remember I had a problem with food because they eat a lot of fast food, like junk food. At the beginning, it was nice. I was like, yeah, I'm eating McDonald's. It's 50 cents the burger of the day. But then after months of eating
Fast food,
chicken nuggets, I got sick of it. So I was like, damn, I have to take care of myself. So yeah, that was another like challenge for me, like cooking, and I didn't know how to. So
and you learned, I would say.
I learned it when I came to Australia.
Yeah, because I like back in the days we used to live together, and then he was not cooking that much. But
yeah, I wasn't the best, I can say.
Yeah, he was always eating like pão chocolate.
Pão chocolate. That was the best breakfast ever. If you're in a hangover, you need to try pão chocolate and Gatorade. That's the best thing to have a nice recovery.
Yeah. So you kind of need to get used to, especially coming from Brazil, that we have like what we call true like food, which is like healthy food, like rice, beans, and then maybe steak or chicken. So then it's very hard to like just eat burger, I think.
Yeah, but you know, like we were young at that time, so that was like kind of okay. Eat like that. Now we're getting older. If we keep doing that till the rest of the life, when we get to our 30s or 40s, then
there's no back.
There is no back. Yeah, there's no way back.
Yeah. Okay, so going through like the education and career path of your life, I would say, when you come to Australia to like learn English and improve your English, how do you think was like the jobs that you had? Like, you think the jobs that you had helped you improving your English, and then maybe talking about also like how those jobs kind of like shaped where you are now?
To be honest, when I came to Australia, my English was okay. English was not a problem for me. So all of my friends, they were doing removal jobs or working as a cleaner. That's very common. I got a job in a souvenir shop because I knew how to speak English. And everybody was impressed. I was like, really? You just got here like a month ago and you're working on that? I was like, yeah, man.
The Brazilian community.
Yeah, the Brazilian community. Because most of them, they come with very low English and they come for English lessons. I came straight on the vocational course.
Yeah.
So I had to take an IELTS back in Brazil. So I had to score 6.0 overall on the band scores.
Yeah.
So yeah, English was not a problem for finding jobs for me at the beginning. And then I did the food delivery just before finding this job. But then I worked in hospitality, I worked in events. And
true, yeah.
Yeah, so I had a lot of contact with people.
Yeah,
so.
Jobs that you could use your English.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
And then how those like jobs shaped the job, like the career / job you have now, like how was the timeline? So you had like hospitality jobs and everything, but how you started doing like working as a mechanic and kind of following this path?
So the first job was the souvenir shop. I worked there for 3 months, and then we had to close down for a period because of COVID. Souvenir shop without tourism. There is no customers because you're not buying. If you're Australian, you're not buying a Brisbane souvenirs for your friend
with a kangaroo and a koala.
So when COVID came, I got back to the food delivery because there was no option at that time. And then in the end of 2020, when things started like getting better, I did like casual jobs. There is a removal job. They need people this weekend. Are you free? Yeah, if I'm free, I'll do. Or there is cleaner jobs as well. or because like working as a food delivery, you don't know how much money you're making on the week. So it's like
It's very uncertain.
yeah, I was just paying the rent. So I was like, if I had an offer to do casual jobs, I can complement with Uber later. Yeah, and that's pretty normal. That's what like you guys don't know, but that's what most of the guys that you follow on Instagram, that it doesn't matter if they're in Dublin, US or in Australia, they are doing these kind of jobs. Trust me.
Yeah. Especially in the beginning, they will do that. And then I think as much as you show off,
Yeah.
it means that you're doing those
Yeah,
jobs.
and then the mechanic, I just started working there in 2022. I applied for a job in a bicycle shop. I'll know how the bike works. I used to have like BMX back in Brazil, so like yeah, I know the basic things. I don't know much about the electric parts, but I'm interested of learning. Like
Yeah.
if you guys want to teach me, I'm okay with that. And that time the guys were like, yeah, the borders are closed. It's very hard to find people to work. We can teach you. That's not a problem. And then they were really patient.
That's so good.
Yeah.
But also, I remember they like the company sent you to Sydney to train you.
Yes. So they sent me to Sydney for a week. So I
Which
could
is
like,
very cool because like you didn't have experience, you applied for the job
Yeah.
being very honest, like oh I'm keen to learn and everything, and they paid for you to travel.
they invest
lot on you.
a lot on me, and I know that I gave back that money to them.
Okay,
So I
that's very-
worked for them for like 2 years roughly, and I learned a lot from every like the thing about working in the bicycle shop. I didn't just learn about mechanic things. I learned how the business operates in Australia. You know, the cash flow, customer engagement, a bit of everything. Like
how to like
like
also treat the customer.
ETA, you know, you have to manage. And then in my last year, I had two mechanics, Caio and Gabriel. I was like the manager.
Like senior.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we can call senior
We
mechanic.
can call senior. And I was like, okay, Caio, you're better on this. You're better on small details. So I'll give those bikes for you. Gabriel, you're much better than us in electric parts. So cables, motors, it's for you. I'll just talk with the people and see
How we can optimize.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of cool. That was kind of cool.
This is such a good skill because I think everyone's just like, especially in the situation we were, you kind of took a lot of advantage in a nice way because COVID was happening. We were very like unlucky for some reasons, but we were very lucky for other reasons, which was like finding jobs were easier because there were like no one in Australia. Finding houses was also much easier and much cheaper. And then you took like this opportunity and they invest on you, but also you improved a lot, even like the dynamic of the place.
I organized it like
Yeah, I organized
they
it.
they told me that, so I'm okay to say that. Like reorganized the mechanic because
The system.
everything, yeah, the system was completely mess. So I organized that. And that was nice because I was in touch with customers as well. So at the same time, we had Brazilian customers, English speakers as well. And then we had a lot of people from Colombia, Spain. So I even improved my Spanish. So that's another benefit that I got having that job.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, it's such like a good insight on how you take the things in your life because some people could be just like, yeah, I got this job, but like whatever. And then from the job, you actually did a lot. Like you improved your management skills, your, of course, technical skills with the mechanic kind of field. And then you improved also, I don't know, communication skills,
Yeah.
obviously, like English and your Spanish. And also it was a business. So, of course, you have the cash flow and everything. I even remember, also because I know him, but like people asking him saying, how much would be that, how much would be this, and then if you don't have this knowledge, like you can even make the place lose money. So you have to kind of like also know what you're gonna charge people for.
At the end of the day, it's still a business.
Yeah.
So we have targets, we have goals, and we gotta like reach
Stick
them.
to
Yeah,
that.
we gotta be like, of course, we try to be flexible and help all of
The clients,
all
yeah.
the clients, because if they are not happy, we are not happy as well. We don't want to lose them to competition, for example. Most of them, they're like international students, so they don't have much money. They just got in Australia, so they are converting. So like, let's say something is damaged on the bike, or even worse, the bike got stolen. We try to do like, hey man, that's okay. Like, let's try to figure out the best way. We can do a payment plan so you don't have to pay
All
all
at
the
once.
amount of money at like outright. So like we try to help them as well. And I think like that's one of the best thing that we used to do back to my first job.
Yeah.
Because I switched jobs as well. And yeah, like, because we don't want to lose them for competition. So I think that's one of the tricks
Yeah.
also that I learned working there.
Nice. So just for context, so the electrical bike, the reason why the target is more like maybe South Americans, English, Portuguese speakers,
French.
Spanish speakers, French, like international community, is because they use the bikes to do the delivery. So that's what he's talking about. Sometimes they just arrive in Australia, the bike breaks, and then they go there. Of course, they struggle a little bit, so they have to be flexible enough during the payment plan, which is basically paying like a week or a month instead
Yeah.
of like all at once. So yeah, it's very like business driven, I guess, and you probably know, yeah, you kind of like know a lot. from
Yeah,
that.
and like that's very common. Like you're not gonna see much Aussie people doing that. So that's why most of our customers they're international in a general
Yeah.
way. We got people from Europe because they got the working holiday visa
Visa.
option, so they just come to Australia for making money,
Yeah.
and then they spend like a year. If they wanna spend a bit more, they do farm jobs, they renew, and then like another year, and then they gone. So that's very rotative, you know what I mean? You don't have this
Lifetime customer.
yeah, like we always rotating, you know, like new customers, people coming, people leaving.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm meeting a lot of people every day.
Every day, like new people every day.
Yeah, different cultures.
It's good that you can be flexible to make like your business, your like offers better in this market, because I'm pretty sure it's competitive.
And it's also a good network, a good opportunity, because
Which was your main
Yeah.
goal when you came here, like
Yeah.
know people and have a
Yeah.
nice career job.
Yeah.
So you also talked about like that's not the place, the store you are at the moment. Do you want to talk a little bit why you changed job, and then also the fact that your new job asked you to transfer to
Yeah.
Sydney as well?
So in the first bike shop that I started, I spent 2 years working there, and then I got an offer from the competition to
From the other stores.
yeah, from the other store, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna work 3 days and I'm gonna make more money, so maybe I should go. I reached the ceiling of the, you know, like
Your career
yeah,
as a mechanic.
in the first bike shop. So I was
Like
hey guys,
you couldn't learn anything extra, like more.
yeah, and they couldn't pay me more. I was doing a lot of different tasks and even more that I was supposed to, because in my contract it wasn't that. So
You're like lower.
yeah, and that's the thing. Like sometimes more you work, like instead of getting more money, that's not how always your boss will look at you. So yeah,
Yeah, you
I
have
just
to change job.
I got the offer for going to the competition, still in Brisbane, and then I spent another year there, and that's already like my 4th year in Australia when I did that. And after a year working in the competition, I kind of like it, but the competition it's a global one, so they got like
Yeah. So
stores
the second bike shop is like a global brand. So they
Yes.
have many like branches in many countries.
Yeah, they got in Canada, US, Germany, Spain. They are planning to, don't know if I can say that, but they gonna do one in China as well. Yeah, that's
More opportunity.
more opportunity. Here in Australia, they got 3 ones. They got in Sydney, Melbourne, and here in Brisbane. And yeah, so after a year working there, I was like, I've been here in Brisbane 4 years and a half, so
Why not?
I kind of like, I can explore more. I can do a new exchange program inside Australia. So yeah, I went there. Was nice. I stayed like in the CBD, so I was like, that's how Sydney it's gonna look like. And then I spent the past 8 months there. Was nice experience. It's completely like more people. Sydney it's super busy.
Yeah, more crowded.
Yeah, crowded. Cause Brisbane is like quiet, chilling. So
Yeah. And you know everyone.
Yeah, like I'm from Sao Paulo, so like I moved back to the big city, and I was like, man, I'm too slow. Like
Yeah,
everyone here is in a rush, or like, people who are just too much stressed. No, I don't need that. So like I'll finish with my contract and I'm gonna go back to Brisbane because that's my place. So that's what I did. 11 days ago, I just
moved back to
Brisbane. I came back to Brisbane, so here I am.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of good points because you also kind of merged in this new experience, and it's good that the second shop has so many branches, so then you can explore other places. And I think it's got global companies, so you can even maybe in the future transfer yourself to another city in case you feel like I would say.
Yeah, and it's nice as well because even it's still Australia. Sydney, it's completely different than Brisbane. Like the way that people act, even the international ones, they have a higher. I felt that because the cost of life it's higher in Sydney, so I feel that the customer needs in Sydney they're higher when it comes to money. So they try to save as much as possible, and I understand that.
Like they ask much more discount.
Much more discount. They work lots of hours with the bike, so the bike get wasted quickly.
Yeah.
And then it's a higher demand as well, but at the end the store was 5 times bigger comparing to the one that we had.
And the work as well
in Brisbane,
for you.
and more stressful as well, especially dealing with people. But
big city.
It's just part of the job. Everyone is on that mood, and I wasn't. So that's what I do. If I'm not in the mood, I'm not okay with the environment, I won't try to change everybody's mind. I'll just
change yourself.
Yeah, I'll just leave myself, that's okay. Going to Sydney was I'm in a comfortable zone, so I'm just gonna
experience
start from the bottom again, but now at least I have a job which it makes things easier. And now going back to Brisbane, it's a restart. So I'm still working as a electrical mechanic, but then I think now it's the biggest challenge that I'll face. See how it's gonna be the future in terms of visa, talk with immigration lawyer, or see what's the best option, But yeah, I'll try first to focus on myself, take care of myself. Mental health is very important if you're in Australia,
overseas.
Yeah, you are overseas. There is especially if you come by yourself, you have to take care of you, because if you won't do it, no one else will. So I'll just chill a bit, do a bit of therapy, spend some good time with the people that I really wanna see, and then see with the lawyer what's the best, and then I wanna stay here, but I can't tell what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's now it's gonna be the hardest challenge, because I live with all these things, all the experience. So now what's next?
Yeah,
so,
it's the challenge, the planning and everything. And then just for context, the question that the visa question is just because here in Australia to stay, I think we covered that in other episodes, but for whoever never listened to other ones, we need to plan a lot, and then we have to go through some pathways, and sometimes study a specific course and then get the work experience, and then many other things. Or we can get a sponsor, which is also, it requires you many requirements and steps and everything. So just giving the context why that would be the biggest challenge, because you can stay here as an international student as long as you can, but then when it's the real life-ish, because before it was also real life, you kind of need to plan a lot, and you cannot understand if it's gonna work or not. You just need to try, I guess.
Yeah, and also because recently the government rules has been changed. They've been strict, I would say. So it doesn't depend 100% on us
effort.
At all.
Yeah, it's not just effort, it's lucky a little bit.
And lots of visas getting refused. So yeah, that's why I feel that now it's the biggest challenge, so I'm excited for
to see
next chapter,
Yeah, for sure. And then you're gonna keep in the same industry, mechanic.
Yeah, I'll for now I won't see myself doing other thing. I have almost 4 years experience, so and I'm very happy with the company now. Like they really trust in me. They give me a lot of freedom in terms of opinions, or I feel free to change this if you think it's gonna be better. So I'm very happy with that.
Nice. And looking back, what do you think was the like most rewarding part of your like experience, or even like what would you do differently?
The big reward, you say?
Yeah, rewarding that you feel like, oh yeah, thanks God I decided to do this, for example.
Giving you this interview.
No, that's so cute. Yeah, like making like keeping the
Making
memory.
the podcast, yeah.
Making the podcast, yeah.
With my
Yeah.
Shara.
Yeah. Like Xará in Portuguese is like the person that has the same name, and we have like not same name because I'm the female version, but
That's
yeah,
it.
that's cool.
Yeah, that was the best reward.
Yeah, that's very beautiful. I would take the compliment.
Thank.
And then I would say, just to close the episode, do you think you're gonna keep building your roots in Australia?
I hope so. I hope so.
In your situation.
I'll do like my best for
To
keeping.
stay.
I didn't tell anyone. I got an offer to work in Germany, but I refused. Because I was like, yeah, it's
In the same
nice.
position.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah, start from the zero, then speak German. I was like, it's cold. Nah, I'll keep in Australia because 5 years it's too much time. So I was like, if I just go now, like it
You have
take
to-
all the years that I had here and then just like throw away.
And also because also you feel comfortable here, right?
Yeah.
Like, you feel that's your place already.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much for being here with us today. I think we got a lot of insights from not just mechanic, but also the way you start your English experience, your experience abroad, everything that you mentioned about the US and then coming to Australia. I think very good insights also on the perspective of like starting a new career that you didn't even plan, which was in the mechanical industry, with the whole experience in like in a new business, building like cash flow and then people management and all of that. I think it's not everyone that go into this career path and get so much out of it. So very good. And yeah, thank you very much. And do you have anything to add on top of that before we
Thanks so
close?
much, and what was a pleasure.
Oh yeah, it was a pleasure for me too. And yeah, see you guys next time.